To help improve our production, we needed to perform a series of audience feedback to help gain some outside ideas and ways to improve our project. Some of the good points which were seen within our audience feedback was that the song fits with the concept of the music video, and that the actors do a good job emoting to the concept of our music video and performing the music video in general. There was a good amount of lip syncing, they explain. That the video cuts to the beat and that the editing flows with the music video well. We decided to include more footage of the performance acting later on, and the use of, which is also helps the editing flow at a lot faster pace. They also liked the use of the stop motion cutaways. They liked it so much that they wanted to see more. We later used this in our green screen shots, which were originally going to be just a flat color. The green screen animations look more interesting. We also did more with the actual green screen stuff and made a series of other animations, stop motion, with the same arm tattoo design in different angles. And they also liked the use of the photo framing and chroma key stuff. The improvements of there generally was that the lip syncing was slightly off with the video. We later fixed this later in production by chopping up some of the clips and sort of aligning them a little bit more in sync with the video, or making the video more in sync with the audio. And the other improvement was to include more narrative. This was another improvement we made later in the production. We made more narrative shots for the photo frame, which are seen at the end of the music video. We also added another one, which doesn't have a photo frame around it. Another improvement was that the mise-en-scene, such as costumes, makeup, and performances, work effectively. However, they could be better. The lighting, for example, in the performance shot is so dark, it makes some of the camera work in it look noisy. However, this was something we couldn't exactly change. Some of the improvements for the ancillary tasks were to include more real-life icons at the bottom of the album. Later on, we included a copyright logo. However, we scrapped that and completely wrote out the copyright holdings and the rest of the text that you'd see at the bottom of the album cover onto it without having to use an image. And we also went on to get a record label by Fearless Records, which is more conventional, as they have bands such as All Time Low and so on. Our audience feedback helped to improve our music video by the use of including newer footage of the stop motion to 2 cutaways, as this effect was shown to be successful in our music video and effective enough to be implemented into the green screen performances of our music video. Our audience feedback also helps our music video by discussing parts of the performance shots were out of sync, and when considering the use of lip syncing, we further went on to improve these issues by looking throughout our music video and trying our best to alter and edit the editing in order to make the lip syncing look believable as possible. From this improvement, our music video's use of editing is now more improved due to the input of feedback seen from our audience. And how we went through that is, if we couldn't cut it to the sync, we would try speeding up the video or slowing it down in order to make it look as believable as possible. And as for our ancillary task, our audience feedback also went further to improve on our ancillary tasks. Our audience feedback stated that they felt the look of the album in the advertisement not only suited the genre of pop rock, but also linked with our A2 music video, with the color scheme of the performance shots and the orange color seen in the album cover and advertisement. Our audience feedback helps to understand flaws and potential ideas which we have overlooked during our performance and production. One of the improvements in our ancillary tasks is the inclusion of 2 real-life icons such as barcodes, reviews, and the inclusion of a record label suitable for our genre of our song. From this feedback, we decided to change our chosen record label from Polydor Records to Fearless Records, as a specific record label would help portray our songs and genre further into pop rock. We also went on to include more text on the album advertisement by including a review, a short review, a website, and including the other record labels which were shown on the album cover. Our audience feedback has further helped us improve our project by looking at things and explaining things, both good and bad, into things which we have overlooked. For example, such as the lip syncing being slightly out of time, which is, if you keep looking at your video over and over again, that is eventually going to be, that's going to be like an issue. So it's issues such as those which audience feedback is really useful for, and I think without the use of audience feedback we probably wouldn't have improved any of the issues which they have given us, including examples, the lip syncing, attempting to change some of the camera work, including more narrative and performance shots, and even in the ancillary task by including real life record labels, and instead of using images and simple images for comic writing which are from other record labels, instead write it up ourselves, which will make it look more authentic, and also the resolution of it will not look as skewed as if we just copy pasted it and cropped it from an image.